Well, hi, everyone. Welcome, and thank you so much for joining me today. I am excited to discuss the best and worst foods for gut health. My name is Macy Lee, and I'm the manager of science and programs for Curves. So, have you ever heard the sayings like trust your gut or follow your gut instinct? Your gut plays a vital role to your health. Now, I always love for these sessions to be interactive, so please type any questions you have into the chat, and I'll be answering them as we go along today. So back to trusting your gut or following your gut instinct. These sayings aren't without merit. Your gut plays a vital role to your health. Scientists are learning more about the link between your gut microbiome, the microbes in your intestines, and your everyday health. For your microbiome to support good health, it must contain the right type and the right balance of microbes. There are certain types of intestinal bacteria that can do more harm than good and contribute to poor health and the onset of disease. Thankfully, there are also gut healthy foods that you can eat or supplements that you can take to boost the good bacteria in your gut and improve your overall health. So I want to go through an overview of what gut health means and why good gut health is so important. And then we'll dive into some of the best and worst foods. Your microbiome consists of microbes and their genetic material found in your small and large intestines. These microbes include bacteria, yeast, fungi, and viruses. There are about 100 trillion of these microbes in your body, and most of them, again, live in your gut. Can you imagine 100 trillion? Scientists know that microbiome affects aspects of health, from digestion to metabolism, even to mental health. And some gut experts refer to the microbiome as the second brain. It's that important. When the balance between the good and bad microbes tips too far to the bad, you can develop an unhealthy gut or a condition called dysbiosis. Symptoms of an unhealthy gut include bad breath, diarrhea, constipation, bloating, fatigue, sleep problems, and even acid reflux. People with an unhealthy gut are more likely to develop certain chronic health conditions, such as mental health problems, weight gain, diabetes, and even inflammatory bowel disease. Good gut health, on the other hand, helps prevent these chronic diseases and boosts mental health. A healthy gut also gives you the energy to get through your curved circuit full body workout so you can maintain a healthy weight. Therefore, it's important to do what you can to keep your gut as healthy as possible. There are things you can do to improve your gut health and improve your microbiome. The first thing that will help you greatly is to eat a diverse diet of diverse microbiomes. Consuming a variety of rich foods with various nutrients will help support a healthy microbiome. A healthy gut diet includes nutritious foods that aid in digestion, such as whole grains, leafy greens, lean proteins such as chicken and fish, avocados and other sources of monounsaturated fats, as well as foods that are low in sugar and saturated fat. Now, before we go any further, I want to quickly discuss the difference between a prebiotic and a probiotic. A prebiotic is a non-digestible food that promotes growth of the different microorganisms, the good bacteria. And they can typically be found in foods that are carbohydrates that are high in fiber, like beans, cereals, whole grains, fruits, vegetables, and even nuts. A probiotic already contains the live strains of the good bacteria, and those are typically found in fermented foods such as dairy, kefir, sauerkraut, pickled vegetables, and even soy products. So keeping those differences in mind, let's talk about them a little bit more in depth. How many of you consume fermented foods? You can go ahead and type yes into the chat or use the little emojis to let me know if you consume fermented foods. Fermented foods are rich in probiotics, meaning they provide the healthy bacteria your gut needs. And some of these foods include gut healthy drinks like kombucha or kefir, fermented vegetables, sauerkraut I mentioned before, pickled carrots, lacto-fermented pickles, kimchi, even traditional cured Greek olives. Oh, I love it. I see lots of yeses popping up. Cultured dairy products such as yogurt, kefir, and even buttermilk. Non-dairy products, again, such as kefir or yogurt made from coconut or organic soy milks. Grains that have been fermented, such as chickpeas, miso, lacto-fermented lentils, raw apple cider vinegar, and even fermented soybean products such as netto or miso. And if you're not a fan of any of these foods, you can also take a probiotic supplement. Now, remember we talked about the prebiotics, and those promote the growth of the good bacteria because they contain ingredients that the microbes or that bacteria eat. When the bacteria consumes the prebiotic, it boosts fermentation byproducts that improve your gut health. So examples of prebiotics include almonds, asparagus, bananas, barley, garlic, legumes, kiwi, mushrooms, oats, and even onions. So I bet you're eating prebiotics every day and you didn't even know that they had that benefit. One thing I want to mention, you want to avoid antibiotics whenever you can. A few decades ago, doctors gave out antibiotics like they were candy. Whenever a patient had a cough or a sniffle, they wrote a prescription for antibiotics. These days, most doctors know better. Studies have shown that overusing antibiotics not only negatively affects your gut health, but can have long-lasting negative effects on your immune system. So use them with caution. We want to really increase our polyphenols. Polyphenols are a combination with antioxidants, and they help protect the body's tissue against oxidative stress that are associated with pathogens such as cancers, coronary heart disease, and even inflammation. Research shows that healthy gut diet includes foods that are rich in these polyphenols, and those include dark berries such as blackberries or blueberries, nuts, flaxseed, cocoa powder, herbs and spices such as peppermint, cloves, oregano, rosemary, sage, and thyme, and even some vegetables like artichokes, red onions, and spinach, even black and green olives and green tea. All of those sound delicious. Oh my gosh. In addition to following a healthy gut diet, engaging in a full body workout such as the Curves workout can help maintain your gut health too. One study looked at the gut microbes of 19 physically active women and compared it to 21 sedentary women, and they found that the active women had higher levels of healthy gut bacteria. Now that we've talked about the importance of the good foods, it's equally as important for us to talk about the foods that we should limit or avoid. These foods are known to interfere with gut health, and they include the following: alcohol. Drinking more than the recommended amount of alcohol, which for women is 1 drink per day, for men 2 drinks per day, can lead to the dysbiosis. Artificial sweeteners, because these go through the body without being digested, artificial sweeteners can really mess with your gut health. In a 2021 study, research found that consuming artificial sweeteners increased harmful gut bacteria. Common sweeteners to avoid are stevia, aspartame, sucralose, and saccharin. Processed foods. Highly processed foods that contain a lot of salt or additives can definitely harm our gut health. And these foods include commercially baked goods like cookies and cakes, processed lunch meats, soft drinks, cured meats, and even some canned vegetables. So really watch the sodium intake with those. And last but not least, red meat. Red meat like steak and pork chops and bacon contain a compound called L-carnitine, which has a negative effect on our gut health. The high fat content of red meat disrupts good gut bacteria as well. Now, in addition to following all the tips we discussed today, it's important to remember that Curves is more than a gym for fitness. As a Curves member, you can upgrade your membership to include the nutrition and weight management program. As part of this program, you'll receive advice on the best foods for your gut health, as well as which ones you should avoid. So for more information on that, you can always ask your Curves coach or go to curves.com, click on programs and the nutrition and weight management. Now remember, Curves is a community of women who share the same goals such as fitness and nutrition. With our fitness and nutrition weight management program, we are able to help you every step of the way. Again, thank you so much for joining me today. I'd love to answer any questions you have, and I hope you join me next week as we discuss knee injuries and how to avoid them.